How was your guys' con?
So far, so good.
So far?
It's been a good one.
How's your con?
People have been real nice. I've never done a con at an ice rink. It's fun. Everything you set on the ground, you pick it up, and it's icy cool for you.
I walk over there just to cool off.
Yeah.
You know? And yesterday it was so funny. I went over to introduce myself, and she left her table. I'm like, oh my God, you're so short.
So rude.
I wasn't being rude. You just took me by surprise. And now I see him. He's so tall. I'm like, my Lord. My God.
Did you say that he's so tall when you got up?
No. I had to get out here.
What are these standards?
What are my standards?
What are these standards? These double standards?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He just wants normal. And we're just
in
not.
this economy.
How did you guys find the voice for each one of your characters for this particular show?
Aaron, you should start.
Sure. When I first got cast as Senku, I think my first thought, I listened to the Japanese. You know, we always listen to the Japanese version before we do every line. Mm-hmm. I didn't even audition for Dr. Stone, which goes to show, you know, I aim to get a part about 1 in 40 times I audition.
Okay.
Steve Bloom tries to do 1 in 20. I know people who aim for 1 in 100, you know? You got to find your ideal batting average, but it's not a good batting average for any of us. So, you know, when you get a part that you didn't even audition for, it's just a reminder that kind of like, I don't know, your life is an audition in a way if you're in this field. He calls me in, and he wanted it to be a surprise what character I was, so I didn't have any preparation time. So I listened, and I'm like, wow, he sounds really cool. So I was like, okay, Aaron, sound cool. So episode 1, you can tell I'm trying to sound really deep. So I was like, you know, all right, Taiju, I'll cheer for you so vociferously that, you know, your eardrums will snap or something like that. And you can tell in episode 1, I'm really focused on like deep and cool in my conception of what cool is. Over time, Senku, as a character, kind of showed me like a different definition of cool. His definition of cool is being unabashedly enthusiastic about the things he's into. And I think that definition of cool is way better than the one that I had starting the role. So, yeah, eventually, Senku is just about being very excited. There's also a physical element to the voice, which is, I call it the panting coyote. So basically, while I'm talking to Senku, I always smile like this the entire time, and I never really close my mouth. So that's the physical element.
It's like Wednesday staring and never blinking.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. Never talk to me that way.
How'd you find your voice?
I honestly just listened to the preview of the Japanese actor and kind of gave it my best go at a little timid girl who wants to help others. It's like, hey, it's like, you know, that kid that kind of wants to be a part of whatever you're doing, like if you're baking or something, hey, can I come in? You know, please don't swat me away. I can be useful to you.
Have you ever met your Japanese counterparts at any of your shows?
Not ever.
Really?
They keep us apart for a reason. Oh, except for him.
I recently met Romy Park, who is, she voices Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, and I was Alphonse Elric, her brother, in the English version, and it was really sweet. People introduced us and, you know, explained who I was, and she was like, oh, you must always call me your dear brother, even when I am your grandma.
No, Sarah said, they keep you apart for a reason. Are you afraid the world's going to explode?
That's what I'm starting to think.
I also was really honored to find out, so I mostly do dubs. I mostly am, honestly a language option. But I got to originate a character named Oscar Pine in a show called Ruby that was done in Austin, Texas. And the Japanese dubbed Ruby into Japanese from English. And who did they cast for my character but the Japanese version of Alphonse Elric, my first lead role.
Stop! I love that.
Yeah.
Really?
So it was an honor. It was like, oh,
No, they didn't
she knows
do
I
that.
exist.
Wow.
You know,
They were
it's
like,
cool.
let's do something really fun.
Yeah. It makes sense because Ruby takes a lot of cues from FMA. So, yeah.
All right, so if not voice acting, what would you do?
Homesteaders.
Look of fear. Look of fear. Ruby. Oh my God. All right, so if not voice acting, what would you do?
I would try to live off the land.
The American dream.
I would leave. I'd leave
Find a
all
plot
this.
of land with some.
I'd leave this vapid shit behind me. I'd be trying to sow zucchini in a forest. Trying to make there's some. I am still gonna do it someday probably,
Yeah.
but I really want to make a food forest someday. So I would just accelerate that timeline.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in on that. I've always seen myself as like a little forest witch, making little tinctures and apothecaries and stuff.
We'd sell those
Eating
drugs
things I
that they don't
shouldn't
know
eat.
to make illegal yet. You know?
Yes. But probably also art, because I do like doing that. So,
What
I'll
kind
do
of
some
art?
scribbles.
You draw, really?
I dabble.
Really?
I do.
Do you have any art to sell at your table?
I do sell some prints that I have drawn, yes.
Oh, that's cool.
I've drawn a few for him too, even
Yeah.
one of his Senku prints.
She's got
Really?
art for sale at my table. Yeah.
Oh. Do
There's-
you get a commission?
I made what?
Do you get a commission?
Oh, he gets. We have a we have a structure, an understanding,
Okay.
Yeah.
yes, a partnership, if you will.
Yes.
Audience
It all comes
members.
back to her.
Yeah. He
Audience
buys
mem-
me dinner, and then he has a print.
Okay.
Pretty good deal.
Yay! Lucky.
Audience members, if you have a question, please line up for the mic, please. If you guys can live in one episode on current loop, what one would it be? Again, fear. Well, if you have one episode that you can live in constant loop, what would it be?
One episode
Just-
of Dr. Stone? Is,
Yeah. That's,
Oh, man.
I
Yeah.
wonder if it might be the one with the light bulbs. That looked really pretty.
That was a pretty one.
Or maybe when they were making ramen and soda. My grade is driving me.
I mean, I guess, yeah, the light bulb night seems like a good one. That was a fun one. Or maybe when we first served foxtail millet ramen to the people of
Yeah.
Ishigami Village.
See, that's what I was thinking too.
And
the
like,
ramen.
isn't that good? But they've never had anything that's any good, so they
They
love
have
it.
nothing to compare it to.
know,
Senku
just
was like,
For their smiling faces.
this is pretty rough. And he looks over at Sweet. She's like, this is the best thing I've ever had in my life. We've been eating rabbits.
Okay, so your character, smartest one. You're rebuilding society. You're inventing everything. What would the real you do if you were put in that situation? How smart is the real you? Your kindergarten GPA.
Okay, so
If you're going to mix purple and... You're going to help me.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
We're
Do
gonna-
not ask me about color theory.
All right, let's pick an audience member. Pick somebody from the audience. Anyone.
Oh, God. Here, sword art.
Okay, come up here. Get to the mic. Get to the mic.
Yeah?
All right, so the color purple and another color, we're going to mix it together, and he's going to come up with a color.
He's colorblind.
Oh, even better! Have him make something out of two. What is he going to invent? You're going to invent a new color.
I don't think that's going to help me survive.
And yet, from a guy that wants to live off the land.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it by making elaborate dyes.
Yes. That's true.
All right.
And the whole
He has to invent something, okay? So what does he have to invent to survive?
I don't know. I feel like electricity was a good way to start.
Oh no.
If not just farming.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing that I feel like I can make. Okay. The first thing I would try to make is a Wirtz pump. So a Wirtz pump is if you can imagine like a snail shell tube, okay, that's circled around itself a lot, and then you put some paddles on that, okay. And the snail shell's opening is going to be facing the opposite direction that the actual tube is sort of getting paddled in by the flow of a creek, okay? And that's going to be hooked up to a pipe that you can then run up a hill, okay? So every rotation, that snail shell opening is going to pick up a little more water and a lot of air. However much air ends up inside of the snail shell, that's how far a Wirtz pump can pump up the water from the creek up your hill. And so you can make an artificial stream this way, and that'll just irrigate your garden without you ever having to water it. Now, you might have to move it around, but the gist of it pretty much just works on autopilot once you have it. And I know how it works. I don't know how to make a tube. I'll have to watch Dr. Stone or something to figure that out. But that's the first thing I would try to make for survival.
That would be the first thing.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming I've already got like a knife and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I did pass my wilderness survival. I got my wilderness survival badge in the Boy Scouts. So I know how to make a hut out of like sticks and stuff.
When we get backstage, she's going to kick me. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, I don't know how to put this, but like, yes, if I were able to survive that, then I could use my brain. But I don't think I could, because people like me, if there's an apocalypse and there's no more access to a lot of things, I would perish, because I have Hashimoto's, and so I need thyroid medication to live. And if I don't have that, I'm just toast. And I don't know how to do any form of science that would help me.
Oh, I'm with you.
Sayonara. Good luck, everybody else. Oh, you can use me as fertilizer.
Oh.
Compost burial.
I'll put you. Yeah, I'll
Compost
plant an
burial
apple tree
for me.
over your
Yeah.
remains.
A what on me?
Apple
Thank
tree.
you.
What's your
Apple tree?
favorite kind of tree?
My favorite
Fruit tree.
I like ginkgo.
Okay.
I think ginkgo is also a medical herb too. You can
use
use it
something
for
more
things.
edible? No.
Huh?
Never mind. No, ginkgo's good. Ginkgo's
I
good.
wish we
Oh.
had the paperclip popping up here.
Are you asking for a fruit tree instead?
I was, but.
Oh, a fruit tree.
I mean,
Okay.
if you
Well, you
like
have to be more
ginkgo,
specific
This
then.
is your choice. This is about you.
Okay,
I don't
well,
wanna... Yeah,
let's
it's your
see.
funeral.
Fruit tree, fruit tree, fruit tree, fruit tree, fruit tree. I like so many fruits. Fruit trees. You know what? It depends on which one looks the prettiest flowering.
Okay. Cherry trees.
Okay, cherry tree.
Perfect.
Remember me, everyone. You come pray to the cherry tree on Aaron's little homestead, where he reinvents everything
Wait,
haphazardly.
this got so dark.
Have guests over. I offer them the cherries. I'm like, so, how does she taste?
Oh no! Oh, don't let me go to waste.
When you read the description of your character and the scrunchy eyes, what was your first reaction?
I thought it was so hilarious. I actually also have the fuzzy sickness, and so I understand it fully.
Okay.
The constant squinting and being like, is that blob an animal or a rock?
Either way, I've run it over.
Yes.
Now, if I take these off, I have my normal glasses underneath. If I take them both off, you're both are. I can't see you, so I'm not being rude.
Picasso.
So it's like yeah. So I'll look like a goofball if I take these off, and then if I take the other ones off, I'm not seeing nothing. So I feel you.
Yeah, so I loved it.
But the character design itself, when you saw the character designs, what was your first reaction?
Oh, I thought it was so cute.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, little Bean, the baby. Aaron was giving me a rough time too, because he
About
saw
the
this
smell?
character.
The smell?
No, because he was already cast as
got a rotten
Senku,
fruit on her
and
head.
he saw this character, and he's like, Sarah, you would be so good as
I did.
Suika. I'm like, shut up, Aaron, shut up. If I don't get it, I'll be mad now.
So do you guys run lines? I mean, obviously you were friends before the show. Did you run lines for each show? Because the new season just
Oh
came
no,
out?
we can't do that.
Really?
It's all cold read. We get the script like right when we go in, and we just do it all on the spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
She did help me memorize lines for a play I did.
Okay.
I guess you've done it a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So not, and I think it got pretty annoying because I would just be like, we'd be like sitting in companionable silence, and then I would just be like, so once upon a time, there was, and I would just start the line, and she'd be like, Aaron, please, and then she'd just say the line back.
And then I'd be like, you forgot the freaking words again. We've been over this 30 times. No, I'm
it
actually
before me?
pretty on top of it. Like I would make him keep doing it over and over and over again too. And then after the play was done, and he started trying to do the lines, I'm like, shut up. That chapter's over.
It's over.
Never speak those words to me again.
When I first started
Story
watching,
sound.
the main thing that I got out of it first, before the science and rebuilding, was first episode. I was like, dude, this is a love story. And what clicked in my head was the country music song Dallas, that this guy held on for so long for this one, the love of his life frozen in a tree. And I couldn't get that song out of my head. How did you guys feel about that very first episode? How did again, audience, if you have a question, please line up to the mic. But I couldn't get that song out of my head for some reason. What was your first impression of after seeing the first episode?
Yeah, so what was your first impression, Aaron?
Yeah, it's it's a real. I guess it's a commentary on the diverse, like, usefulness of everybody. Like, people can be so different because Taiju and Senku are about as different as two people can be, but they both stayed awake the entire time. Senku because it was the rational thing to do, and Taiju because of the power of his love, right?
Yeah.
And I think one of the big motifs of the show is even your enemies are useful, have value. Everyone
Bless
is
you.
valuable in the world of Dr. Stone. So even though it's a show about science, and that a lot of the plot is based around Senku being a genius, Taiju is still an incredibly valuable, good, useful person. And I think it's very important that the show makes that distinction right away. Like, science is for everyone, and everyone has a place in a scientific world, right?
Well, it's educational. I mean, I wish we had a paperclip popping up here when you guys are talking. It was fantastic. I mean, even Sarah's, it's very helpful. Melvin, I need you to do recon, okay? And it's magic. It's great. It's fantastic. You guys want?
Yes,
Hi,
let's go
what's your
for it.
name?
Hey, my name's Heath. I was just wondering, in kind of your thoughts or your opinions on what's the most difficult aspect of being a voice actor? I mean, is it
Ooh.
like matching the emotions of the character, or like, because most of them are done in Japanese, so then when it dub it into English, you gotta like match the lips to the words, or just what your thoughts are?
Yeah, sometimes I'd say it is pretty difficult. Like, you'll get a readout and you'll feel so good about it, and then it won't fit in the mouth, and then you die inside. And then you have to try to reload and pick yourself back up and learn to be like, no, but this one's going to be better. And not be like, this one's going to be shit.
It's never gonna feel the same, which I struggled with for a good minute too. Like, it was like, it's like you did something so great, and then somebody said that was good, but let's try again. And you're like, I'm a crumpled piece of paper now. But yeah, I think that, and also sometimes if you're doing it for long hours, you can get pretty fatigued. And so trying to combat that too is kind of difficult. Oh yeah, but I just mean like you might be voice acting for like hours and like going through the script for like 6 hours or so, getting like a few breaks throughout it, and yeah, that can be pretty rough. But like it's a wonderful time, obviously. But yeah, you start getting through and you're like, I want to get lunch. I want to eat something and I can't.
Sometimes you have to enter a strong emotional space out of nowhere. You can have a day where you have 3 hours of recording. In the first hour, I'm doing goofy Dr. Stone shenanigans. And then there's a funeral scene in Kaiju number 8. And, the person who was the closest to a father figure to me died. But that's only a 30-minute session. And then after that, I'm a tiny little leprechaun person being crushed by Don Flamingo in One Piece. So there, you have to be able to try to, as authentically as possible, enter a variety of emotional spaces really fast. So you need kind of these touchstones like ready to go if you want it to be good, if you don't want it to feel too fake. And, you can't let the psychic energy of one scene cling to you as you move to the next one. I think the worst situation would be, I just got my little elf family crushed by Don Flamingo, and then I have to go, cackle as Senku and have a good time in Dr. Stone and not let the darkness of what just happened color it, right? So that's a thing. And then also, it is vocal athleticism after a point. I think Dragon Ball is the easiest example of this. My Hero Academia for the lead characters especially. It's that amount of screaming, there is risk of injury.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's hard. And warming up is important, but it doesn't guarantee anything. There's always risk.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Next, what's your name?
Hi.
Okay, I have a question for Aaron. Did Senku wake up the inner scientist inside you, or you didn't feel much of a change after getting his role?
No, he kind of did. People will ask me if I remember any science from Dr. Stone, and it's like, no, I don't know how to make soap the way Senku did. But Senku did inspire me to be like, I bet I can figure out how to make soap, and it would be good to know how to make soap. And so, Senku got me thinking about I know how to make a water filter. I know how to make the charcoal, and I got interested in it because he made it seem accessible. There's that thing about at a certain point science is indistinguishable from magic, and I think a lot of us have let that threshold get astonishingly low. We're like, clean water is magic, but it really doesn't have to be. That's something that we can all figure out how to do ourselves. So I think he gave me a spirit that these things were more accessible than I thought. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, your hood is so cool. I love it.
Oh my God, cool. Yeah. Nice.
I tried the pinhole thing last night to look at the moon. I'm like, I get it. Yeah, I see what Suika was going for. It does kind of refocus.
I would like to use his hoodie as a segue. How do you both feel seeing one of your fans in cosplay as your character?
It makes me happy. I get all excited and giddy inside.
Yeah. I think it's hard. Senku is my character, but he also belongs to a lot of other people. This is especially true with anime, but it's true for most media. A mangaka wrote Senku, came up with him, wrote him, did the research, interviewed people to do the research better, was inspired by people in his own life to write him. then he got an artist to actually draw him. And they did it back and forth. And then that artist hired assistant artists to draw other scenes with him and help them to get it on a schedule, right? And then animators came in. An adaptive writer came in and turns that manga into an anime script, rewriting Senku. And then animators got involved, and they made all these quirky expressions and zane stuff up and figured out how he moved in the world. And then a director and a voice actor got involved in Japan. And then an adaptive writer changed that script. And again, Senku is transformed by each person who touches it. And I think that cosplayers have a place in that. I think Senku belongs, and every anime character belongs to hundreds of people. As much as you want it to be a part of that character, you can be. And cosplay is a great, I think, way into that.
But the hair always stayed the same.
Actually.
I'm not gonna cry. Nice try.
Actually, there's a Senku cosplayer who tapes 3 heads of lettuce to the top of his head. So even the hair.
I remember
Really?
that one.
Because-
That made me so happy.
When I first started, and I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, when the convention said, hey, you're going to moderate this panel, and I was like, awesome. Have you ever watched it? No. So I started. I put it on. My wife goes, what are you doing? I said, we're going to watch this. I'm going to work with these people. She goes, okay. And she said, oh, this is cute. It's a love story. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, look at the dude's hair. I'm digging it. And I'm like, that's pretty awesome.
Senku cracked out of the stone and he said, first things first, I got to find some product.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the canonical reason that his hair is like that is that there's so much electricity, so much electric action happening in his brain that it makes his hair stand up from the static.
It's pretty funny. A guy dresses like me, and it's like the first thing I go to is his hair. I was like, that's awesome. I'm going to watch this show.
There's so many synapses firing all at once, constantly.
Hi, what's your name?
Canon.
Hi, you helped me earlier with the rules.
Yeah.
Who do you think would win the little battle going on in Dr. Stone if Dr. Zeno died and also Dr. Stone died?
Whoa.
Well, I think Y-Man would win. I don't want to spoil, but I think that's the way that would go. I think, you need one of them if you're going to avert, the worst case scenario. But that's a fun one. In terms of the short-term human battle, I guess I'd have to put my chips on Stanley. Stanley with a thirst for vengeance. That's gonna be rough. That's hard to fight.
He's good with strategy. I go along with anything he says.
It's you guys can't see it, but there's like the facial expressions like, ooh. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Sammy.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
So this is a question I'm always curious about for any anime voice actor. If you could pick any anime world to live in, you got hit by the isekai truck, you can pick any anime world to live in, which one do you pick?
Frieren in the south. South, not north.
That one always gets me. So I'm like, because there's a lot of really cool worlds where magic exists, but also where magic exists, a lot of death exists.
Delicious in Dungeon, maybe?
What?
What about Delicious in Dungeon?
Delicious in the dungeon. Well, yeah, you have to also be good at fighting things off. I would be very interested in eating those things that they did,
And you
though.
can't die in the dungeon. Remember?
You can't die. Oh, right.
If they bring your body back, I mean, you can end up in debt.
Yeah. That would be kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
I'd be into it. I wish I could join
Here
your
we
team.
go again.
So many of my favorite anime live in worlds that I wouldn't touch a foot in. You couldn't pay
Exactly.
me. I love Attack on Titan. I would never.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, ooh, Dragon Ball is a cool looking world, but ooh, there's always some form of devastation and some god coming to annihilate everybody.
Yeah. Goku like slaps an energy ball to the left, and
And he
it just
doesn't
destroys
care.
your entire apartment complex, and nobody even bats an eye.
He doesn't bat an eye when he does it too.
No.
It could be us. Us on our homestead. Trying to live off the land.
Not
And
the
then
sheep.
the energy ball comes.
Before we get to our next question, starting with you, what's your favorite anime? Not one that you work on, one that you could binge watch constantly. You can only pick one.
I'm gonna throw up. Oh. So hard to just choose one.
Why are you doing this to me?
Why are you doing this to me? When I was a kid, it was Sailor Moon. And now that I'm an adult, I love so many. It's hard to choose. I think I'm still kind of stuck on Cardcaptor Sakura, but I know it's kind of like a little bit of a cop-out, but I really like Studio Ghibli's.
Okay.
They really are my comfort movies, and I know it's not technically anime, but it's still in that realm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You spoke from the heart. It's fair enough.
Yeah.
Aaron?
Studio Ghibli films aren't anime?
Well, we don't technically consider it that because, well, one, they're not like shows generally, and also, I don't know, it feels more like somebody's style of animation. You know what I mean?
I thought it was
There's
just
no-
animation from Japan.
Well, I guess so. I don't know. I just feel like it's a little separate.
But
You know what I
then-
mean? It's like
So when
going from
Miyazaki said anime was a mistake.
it's like saying like Scooby-Doo versus Disney, you know? I don't know. Like there's a difference between cartoons and then like a certain style
And
of like
Disney
movies. Like there's they have like this charm or whatever, and they have their own kind of formats.
Okay, we'll debate later.
I don't know.
This isn't over.
I hope it's not.
My favorite
This
is
isn't over.
my favorite is Mob Psycho 100.
Hi, what's your name again?
Jeff?
Hi, Jeff.
Hey. Yeah, I was curious. When you first got hired to voice Senku, were you ever intimidated by all the science and all the explanations you would have to do for everything?
Luckily, the writers and directors were really good about helping me find the correct pronunciations and then breaking up these long chemical compounds into smaller sentences or smaller words. So like, sulfa, hydro, chloric, acid. We would just break up each piece and then add a space. And, it turns out, I started voice acting when I was 9 years old. And so I was basically just reading a lot of things phonetically for the beginning of my career anyway. So that part wasn't so hard for me. I do still suffer with certain phrases. The wasps are here. Put your masks on. I hate terrible, terrible, terrible. Sixth Street. Horrible. Can't do it. If somebody wants me to say that correctly, I perish. But the way Senku says it, luckily, he'd be like, turn a right on 6th Street. Turn a right on 6th Street. He just doesn't say 6th. He just skips it. 6th Street. It's fine.
You didn't do sixth.
No.
Sixth.
No.
With his mouth all like this. Turn it right on 6th Street.
Say it one more time.
Just talk a loogie
Sarah, say that
at the end of
again.
6.
I hit my tooth.
Yeah, so I do stumble a lot, but not on the chemical stuff so much.
I stumble a lot. A lot.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm James.
Hi, James.
I got a question of what did it exactly take for you guys to get into voice acting? Was it kind of difficult, or?
He cheated. Just gonna get that off
Well, I
my
want you
chest.
to elaborate on that. Throw him underneath the bus.
What the heck?
I'll give you my hat. It'll be the bus driver
You tell them
hat.
mine.
I told him what.
Tell them mine, I'll tell them yours.
He got in through nepotism, through his cousin, who's a producer at Funimation, and they were looking for little boys who could read, and he was pretending to read. Was it Lord of the Rings?
Mm-hmm.
And so they got him in for a few things, and he's been sticking to it ever since, and he's gotten better and better. Yeah.
Yeah, in my cousin Justin Cook's defense, Justin Cook, Yusuke Urameshi, Todoroki as well.
Oh, okay.
In his defense, I think there were probably like 20 actors on the roster at the time when I got in. I was 9 years old. And I think he just ran out of adult women who could do little boy voices for Fruits Basket. So he gave me a one-line part. And if I'd done bad, he would have just re-recorded it and had, Laura Bailey just change up her voice and do a second thing, But I didn't do terribly, so I kept getting called in, and I ended up being a lot of people's traumatic backstory. Like the hero yells at the villain, like, "Why are you like this?" And the villain's like, "Don't you know?" And then it's Aaron getting tortured or whatever. Okay, so Sarah always has done performance stuff. She did show choir and theater in high school, and then she moved to Texas for reasons. And when she was in Texas, she found out that Funimation was in Texas. And she had already done some dubbing work on her own, some like fan dub kind of stuff. So she knew how it worked. And
Indie projects.
you even like directed some of the indie stuff, right? You just like but people sent stuff to you. You like assembled their work.
Indie
was a
projects.
guy. Okay, there's indie
Honey
projects. Yeah.
And Sapphire Fox.
From her closet, she had recorded some stuff. So she submits to Funimation, just sends them an email with your resume. Did you have a voice reel? No. Yeah, just the resume, no voice reel.
I sent my experience.
Yeah.
Like all of my acting chops. I'm like, this is all I've been doing so far. And also, I was taking acting 1 and 2 in college.
And 2 years later, they email you back and say we'd like to audition you. Is that right?
8 months.
8 months.
2 years, I would have crumpled.
6 months later, she's fully given up. She surrendered to despair. 2 months after that.
Oh my gosh! Like I was literally like sobbing in my bed. Like you walk in, you just see me like, oh, they don't even want to give me a chance.
I'm going to throw this out there. You two are adorable together. You have great chemistry. You guys need to do a podcast together. Trust me, you need to.
Thank you.
Because
Y'all don't need that.
I'm supposed to be running this, and I'm like sitting here listening to you guys. You guys are great.
Oh, thanks.
You really need to do a show together.
We Dr. Stone.
No, come on, no, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, would you guys tune in to listen to them talk?
I am working on a history podcast right now about Carthage, which was possibly the world's oldest republic. And I've thought about having Sarah read all the actual quotations from historical sources. So like when like the emperor of Assyria is like,
No, seriously.
I bathed my hands in their blood. I desolated their cities. Just having Sarah do it.
I bathe their hands in my blood.
Because I just totally zoned out listening to you narrate Sarah's life. And I was like, oh, please do tell. No.
So when am I coming in for it?
We'll talk.
Oh my God. So that's how you got into voice acting,
Yeah.
really?
And Jerry Jewell was the one I came into audition for. I think it was Senran Kagura or something, but I ended up coming in for something else, which was a certain scientific index as a little girl, and I got to sniff into a microphone for the first time. I was like, wow, I'm getting paid to sniff. This is awesome.
I want to mention 2 things. Jerry is now directing this season of Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
So full circle. That's fun. And then also 2 actors. Jerry auditioned like 100 people in that round of open auditions, and 2 actors came out of it. It was Sarah and Justin Briner.
Who was supposed to be here today also. But you didn't hear it from me.
What's your prep for your voice? Because I know my voice is already shot for the weekend, but for you guys, what do you do? What is your regime for getting ready to read your lines, to record your lines, and how do you record your lines? I know the closet trick. When I record for my brand, I have a place I have to record. The closet thing it's a real thing.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. Tell me.
Oh, soundproofing your closet as a
sound.
As a
what do
primitive as your first recording studio. Remember?
Yeah.
For years, we used our closets for our recording
Oh, I
studios.
thought you were asking how we
And also,
prepped for a session.
do you drink water? Do you drink lemon juice? What do you?
Okay.
Before you sit down and record.
Okay, hold up. My first recording place was in my closet, and I used $7 mattresses, foam toppers from Walmart to line the walls, and I had a little shitty laptop, little shitty mic with a little shitty interface and a little shitty mic cord to complete the set. Yeah, that was my start, and I started to upgrade. First, starting off before a session and preparing, I don't really do that, but
You should.
I used to. When I first started out, I did the little tongue twister type things, you know. What do we do in a minute or two? I forget how it goes. The big black bug blood, blue blood, which kind of helps you not trip over your words so much. Not that I'm not going to do it still. But I try not to do the sessions in the mornings if I can help it, but now that I've got an agent, I've been having a harder time telling them not to book me in the morning because I want to appease mommy. But 'cause your voice is more stretched out and ready to go throughout the day, so it's nicer if you get to do at least like around noon, and I sleep in a little bit.
You must record in the morning. You should get up like 3 hours earlier than usual.
Should. And then I also like to do water and coffee or something like that because I have don't listen to him. Everybody's mouths are different. Mine is extra moist, and if I only drink water, it'll only become more, and you'll hear them. It'll be like an ocean in my mouth.
Okay, that hadn't occurred to me.
Thank you. On to you now.
I will do a little yoga before sessions.
Okay.
Upward dog is actually incredibly useful for stretching out the neck and all these chords, which are very loud for me. Let me see if I can. Can you all hear that? No, probably not. Good.
Do the other side.
So I do that, and then I also always make sure that my sinuses are clear. I do whatever it takes. If it has to be Afrin, so be it. But I've tried to get off Afrin. I'll do even like the neti pot. It's so important for healthy phonation that you aren't putting all the pressure on your throat in the long run. So I try to either be speaking from the stomach to chest or through the nose. And the nose especially with me, because I'm kind of a nasal guy. So my vocal warm-up is to do the Halo theme song through my nose. So I go... And then I'll slowly open up. So then...
This whole time...
Her face.
Sarah loves
I thought
it.
you were doing like some monk song that I didn't know, like the ancient. I didn't know that was Halo. Oh my god!
You thought I was doing some like high culture shit.
It sounded like the monks in the mountains would be doing like around their
Sarah's
temple.
face was hilarious. I wish you guys
Did it not
could
throw
see
you
the
off
face.
when I started going dun 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 dun? No.
No, I just thought that was the drums that they added in.
Okay. I wish you guys were this close because their facial expressions were amazing. Listen, we are out of time, but before we get done, social media. Do you want to tell the fans where they can find you on social media if they're not already following you?
Yeah, I'm
ahead.
on Twitter. I'm on an Instagram. I'm on many social apps.
Okay.
most of them have my entire name, like Sarah Wiedenheft, except for Instagram, which is Cryptic Mink. Don't ask me why. It's cute. That's it.
Don't ask me why.
That's all. But I also am an artist, so I also have other accounts on all of those platforms under Swedish, SWIEDISH, like my last name. Very clever, right?
Very.
I'm not Swedish either.
Aaron?
Yeah, if you look up Aaron Dismuke, you can find me on most stuff. I think it's Alethiometric on Instagram, but Aaron Dismuke will help you find me too. Thank you so much, y'all.
Yeah. And, oh, wait. Well, hold on. One
sorry.
second.
Now,
Make sure
hold
you
up.
go-
What?
Make sure you go down to the table, buy an autograph, get a picture, get something, and remember a smile and a handshake is always free. But make sure you go down and buy something. Also visit the show store. A round of applause for these two amazing individuals, please. And thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for coming to Colorado Springs Comic-Con. Guys, you are amazing, so bubbly. And seriously, think about doing a podcast together. I was just like sitting here listening to you guys talk. Once again, round of applause. Thank you so much. Go to their tables.
Thank you so much. Bye.